इति एतद् कथितं गुरुवि ज्ञानं तद्ब्रह्म दर्शनं तेनानुभुध्यते तत्त्वं प्रकृत्यः पुरुषस्य च इति एतत् कथितं गुरुवि ज्ञानं तद्ब्रह्म दर्शनं येन अनुभुध्यते तत्त्वं प्रकृत्यः पुरुषस्य च. Iti thus etat this kathitam described Guruvi or respectful mother. Jnanam knowledge, tat that, Brahma the absolute truth, darshanam revealing, jena by which, anubudhyate is understood, tattvam the truth, prakritya of matter, purushasya of spirit, cha and translation. My dear respectful mother, I have already described the path of understanding the absolute truth, by which one can come to understand the real truth of matter and spirit and their relationship. So we don't have a purport, so we will chant one more verse. Verse number 32. Jnana yogascha manishto nirgunya bhakti lakshana dvayorapi ek evartho Bhagavad Shabd Lakshana Jnana Yogascha Manistho Nairgunyo Bhakti Lakshana Dvayorapi Ek Evartho Bhagavad Shabd Lakshana Jnana Yogascha Manistho Nairgunyo Bhakti Lakshana Dvayorapi Ek Evartho Bhagavad Shabd Lakshana. Synonym Jnana Yoga, philosophical research, Kya and Matnishtha, directed towards me, Nirgunya, free from material modes of nature, Bhakti, devotional service, Lakshana, named, Doeho, of both, Api, moreover, Ekah, one, Eva, certainly, Artha, purpose, Bhagavat, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shabd, by the word, Lakshana, signified. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: philosophical research culminates in understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After achieving this understanding, when one becomes free from the material modes of nature, he attains the stage of devotional service. Either by devotional service directly or by philosophical research, one has to find the same destination, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this line is very important, but I will read again. Either by devotional service directly or by philosophical research, one has to find the same destination, which is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Purport. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that after many, many lives of philosophical research, the wise man ultimately comes to the point of knowing that Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is everything. And therefore, he surrenders on to him. Bahunam Jnanamanante. That verse. Such serious students in philosophical research are rare. Samahatma Sudurlava. They're rare. Durlava. Yeah. Because they are very great souls. They're Mahatmas. If by philosophical research one cannot come to the point of understanding the Supreme Person, then his task is not finished. His search in knowledge is still to be continued until he comes to the point of understanding the Supreme Lord in devotional service. The opportunity for direct touch with the personality of Godhead is given in Bhagavad Gita, where it is also said that those who take to other processes, namely the processes of philosophical speculation and mystic yoga practice, have much trouble. After many, many years of much trouble, a yogi or wise philosopher may come to him, but his path is very troublesome. Whereas the path of devotional service is easy for everyone. One can achieve the result of wise philosophical speculation simply by discharging devotional service. And unless one reaches the point of understanding the personality of Godhead by his mental speculation, all his research work is said to be simply a labor of love. The ultimate destination of the wise philosopher is to merge in the impersonal Brahman. But that Brahman is the effulgence of the Supreme Person. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita 14:27, Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya vasya. I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is indestructible and is the supreme bliss. That Amrit is the supreme bliss. The Lord is the supreme reservoir of all pleasure, including Brahman pleasure. Therefore, one who has unflinching faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead is said to be already realized in impersonal Brahman and Paramatma. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasme Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Swatanti. Vandeham Shri Guru Jatpadgalam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatpadkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnamascha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunatam Tam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savdutam Parijana Sangitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pradan Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishakam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari. Vanchakalpa Turuvyaksha Kripa Sindhu Vyacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasa Adi Gauram Pattakanda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram. We welcome all the devotees to this morning discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing the dialogue between Lord Kapila and his mother Devahuti. Mother Devahuti has been asking questions to Lord Kapila to explain various aspects of devotional services. And Lord Kapila is answering. We're heading towards the end of the discussion. So in this particular verse, I was going through the verse a few times and trying to see what lessons we learn. There are 2 points, very distinct. Lord Kapila, Krishna. This is just like Arjuna is asking questions to Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is answering. Lord Krishna is one by one addressing Arjuna's questions. Similarly, here, Krishna in his incarnation of Lord Kapila is answering one of Devhuti's questions. So this is the parampara. Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions to Shukdev Goswami, and that's how Bhagavatam manifested. Then we see these sages of Naimisharanya, they're asking questions to Sutta Goswami, and Bhagavatam manifested. So many Puranas are discussions between the devotees and the Lord, the devotees and the other sages and the exalted personalities. So we are fortunate that Srila Prabhupada very mercifully has translated these Sanskrit discussions in English for all of us to understand. So 2 messages. One is this Gyan Yoga and how, when it can be seen as Bhakti Lakshana. What's in between? Jnana Yoga is the philosophy, the knowledge. And Bhakti Yoga is the devotional service, Bhakti Lakshana. But here Lord Kapila is saying, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Lakshana. Jnana Yoga looks like Bhakti when it's offered. Jnana Yoga cha man nishtho, when it's offered to me. And how it's offered? Nairguna. Nairguna mean without the tinge of the material modes. So when Gyan, when knowledge, when knowledge is acquired, when it's applied in the mood of purity, then it becomes bhakti. It's a bhakti lakshana. So, small example, I was thinking, there are scientists and philosophers who understand the science of trees, plants. They do PhDs on that subject matter. I guess they call botanists. They deal with the plants and the trees and the bushes, and they study and study and study and study. They study the leaves, they study the branches, they study the roots, they study, and they do their PhD. So that's a gyan, that's a philosophy, that's knowledge of the trees. But then you have the second class of people who they may know little bit about the tree philosophy, but they're there to nourish the tree. They're there to fertilize the tree, make sure trees not growing many weeds around the tree. They're making sure the tree plant is getting water. Not other insects are eating the plants. They're caring about the trees in a loving way. And they're also driving benefit. They're getting the shade of the tree, the plant, they're getting the vegetables and fruits of the trees. So those are second category of the the Gyani, in terms of the tree Gyani. Those are pious people. They also have philosophy called mind to understand, but they apply that philosophy in day-to-day life. They're not just dry PhD philosopher, but they apply, they do something with the philosophy. But then there are third class of Gyanis who not only understand somewhat about the tree, they not only water the tree every day and fertilize the tree and take the shade and take the fruits, but they also offer that shade, that tree, trees, fruits, and flowers and branches. They offer those in the service of the Supreme Person, Lord Krishna. Those are the third level of Jnani. So what Lord Kapila is saying, those Jnanis on the third level, they become Jnana Yogi, and they offer that Jnana Yoga Mananistho in the service of the Supreme Person. And then that Jnana becomes the Lakshana, the sign of Bhakti. So third kind of devotees, third kind of people, third kind of living entities who are offering very lovingly, who are trying to understand lovingly the existence of the tree. They're also watering the tree, but they're also offering very lovingly the whatever tree provides in the service of not only the humanity, but also in the service of the Lord. So that's one lesson we drive here. Srila Prabhupada writes very beautifully in the purport. If by philosophical research one cannot come to the point of understanding the Supreme Person, then his task is not finished. So those PhD philosophers who have done PhD on the trees, their task is not finished unless they come to the point that eventually this tree and the products of the trees need to be offered to the source of the tree, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. That then, until then, their task is not finished. That's the point. The second point Prabhupada makes in the purport, here is the point I wanted to stress, this one. The ultimate destination of the wise philosopher. So this is the first category, PhD. His ultimate destination is impersonal Brahman. We have the verse here. I'll pull up the verse. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Vadanti Tattva Tattvam Yaj Jnanam Advayam Rameti Paramatmeti Bhagavaneti Iti Shabdate. Bhagavan Iti Shabdate. So, three aspects of the Brahman, three aspects of the Supreme Person can be realized in three ways. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Shabdate. So this dry philosopher, what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here, this one, impersonal Brahman, the wise philosopher, his destination, his inclination, because he's a dry philosopher, he does not have direct relationship with the Supreme Person. So his mind goes to this far that Krishna is an all-pervading. So there is some God, and he is all-pervading energy everywhere. So his destination becomes impersonal Brahman, the effulgence of the body of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada writes, but that Brahman is the effulgence of the Supreme Person. The Lord says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the I'm the resting place of that Brahman, the effulgence. I am the basis of the impersonal, which is indestructible and is a supreme bliss. So the Lord is a supreme reservoir of all pleasure. So this second point that Lord Kapila and Srila Prabhupada is here emphasizing that the those devotees who are uh, who are who invest their energy, their mind, their life, their soul in serving Bhagavan, the Supreme Person, for them the realization of Paramatma and Brahman is all included. It's included in the Bhagavan realization. I always remember this example of this wonderful, very elderly Mataji who would bring Yamuna water in a pot that she would hold on her head every day from the Yamuna to Radha Damodar temple. And Srila Prabhupada pointed to their Mataji, and he expressed to all his American disciples, he said, this Mataji, she's bringing water for the Lord from Yamuna. She's 80 plus year old, very elderly Mataji. Srila Prabhupada said, she is going back to Godhead. Because her realization of that Supreme Person, her connection with Radha Damodarji is Bhagavan connection. She's serving the Lord. She's serving all the devotees of the Lord with the spirit of just service. And when some of the disciples of Prabhupada, when they asked her, Mataji, that you are very elderly, can we do this service? She said, no, 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 please don't take that. This is the only thing I can do for my Radha Damodar. Please let me serve. So it is for her the realization of Paramatma, that Radha Damodar is sitting in everybody's heart as Paramatma. And that same Radha Damodar is filling all the universes with the effulgence from his body. Those realizations are very much part of her connection with Radha Damodar ji. So it's included. That's the point Srila Prabhupada is making in the purport. And we see some of these examples. This very exalted philosopher Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaurang Mahaprabhu in Puri, he is incarnation of Brihaspati, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, very, very learned, knew everything about the Vedanta philosophy. But in the association of the Lord, he became a very pure Vaishnava. In the discussion between Gaurang Mahaprabhu and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, you read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful discussions. And so in the association of devotees, in the association of Shukadeva Goswami, these thousands and thousands and thousands of sages in the presence of Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami. And then you see all those many other thousands of sages in the presence of Sutta Goswami. Many of those sages, it's explained, were from different realizations. Some of them could have been from their Brahman realizations of Krishna or Paramatma realization of Krishna, but because they associated with Sutta Goswami, Shukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, they became pure devotees. Their hearts were melted by hearing the messages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Um, uh, um, Srila Prabhupada's name, Bhakti Vedanta, also very fits, and Srila Prabhupada's Gurudev name, Bhakti Siddhanta. So if you see, Vedanta is Jnana. Siddhanta means Tattva, Jnana. But they're both of their names are preceded by Bhakti. Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Siddhanta. So there is Vedanta is knowledge, Siddhanta is Tattva knowledge. That knowledge, when it's offered, the word here Krishna, Lord Kapila is using in this verse is Mad Mananistho. When that knowledge is offered to Krishna, then that becomes Bhakti Lakshana. These 2 points we see in this verse. We will stop here. We have 2 minutes. If any comment, reflection, somebody wants to share. Anybody would like to share? Or I will stop sharing. Hare Krishna. If not, we will end here. Chant Nrsimhadev prayer. Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jalantam. Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jalantam.
Sarvadomagam Narsimham Vishanam Bhadram Murtym Namamiham.
Ugram Viram Mahavishnu
Vishnam Jalantam Sarvadomagam Narsimham Vishnam Bhadram Murtym Namamiham.
Ugram Viram Mahavishnu
Viram Mahavishnam Jalantam Sarvadomagam Narsimham Vishnam Bhadram Murtym Namamiham.
Vanchakalpatarivakshya kripa
Sindhubhyevacha
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnavim ki
Namo
jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
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 Any announcements, Sangeshwar Prabhu? Today is Ekadashi. You want to make
Yeah, today is Ekadashi. Yeah. And yeah, that's mainly. Tomorrow between 6:41 to 10:01 is the breakfast time. Fasting the break. 6:41 to 10:01 a.m.
You can also please post on the group also, right? So devotees.
Yeah, we already posted.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare